Most people think that crypto wallets are clunky devices that stay locked away at your desk. But what if your wallet could move with you to a coffee shop, a restaurant, or even out while you're traveling? The Ellipal X Card is exactly that, a cold wallet built into the size of a credit card, which is portable, discreet, and designed for real-world use. Wherever you go, your crypto security goes with you. And unlike keeping your funds on an exchange, the X Card keeps your private keys completely offline. Every transaction is signed with a simple tap, but your keys never touch the internet. For years, the biggest barrier to self-custody has been complexity. Most people know they should take control of their crypto, but the process has always felt so intimidating. The X Card changes that. It's security that feels natural, as easy as carrying your debit card, only this one protects your future. Today, I'm diving deeper into how it works and why this card could be a game changer for crypto investors. Every single bull market, one thing always happens, and that's people lose their crypto because they left it on an exchange or trusted the wrong wallet. And with everything going on in the space right now, securing your assets has never been more important. That's why today I want to show you something that could change the way you think about self-custody, which is the Ellipal X Card. It's simple, secure, and built for real-world use. My name is Paul Sampson. Welcome back to DataDash. So let's talk about why this even matters. When you store your crypto on an exchange, you don't actually own it. You have an IOU essentially. And we've all seen what happens when exchanges go under, such as FTX, Celsius, Mt. Gox. Basically, billions are lost because people trusted the wrong third parties. Now, self-custody solves this by giving you direct ownership, and here's the beauty: the X Card ties everything back to your seed phrase. For beginners, a seed phrase is basically just your crypto password. Usually it's 12 to 24 randomly generated words that basically help you open your wallet. Now, the difference with Ellipal's X Card is that instead of locking you into just one single card or device, it actually follows your seed phrase. So that means that you can restore on any other wallet, make backups, and you're never dependent on just one piece of hardware. So what is the X Card? Just imagine a regular credit card, yet instead of swiping for lattes, it's your personal crypto vault. It's fully offline, and your keys, your private keys that is, they never touch the internet, and that is huge, folks, because that is where most hacks happen. It's online. It has PIN protection. Even if someone steals the card, they can't use it without your PIN. And it features self-destruct after multiple failed PIN attempts. So that sounds intense, but it simply just wipes the card clean so that your funds stay safe. And remember, your seed phrase always lets you recover onto a new card or new wallet. If you are to lose the first one, someone potentially has stolen it, uses the 10 pins incorrectly, it wipes, or maybe even yourself. Maybe you accidentally just put in your PIN 10 times and it ends up wiping it. You can always get a new card. You'll have a few of them as backups essentially, and you can always just recover them with your seed phrase. So even if that card is destroyed essentially or self-destructs, your funds are not gone. It is portable, it's minimal, and can be duplicated. So if you want multiple cards tied to the same seed phrase for backup, you can do that easily. No other card wallet makes this as flexible as the Ellipal card. Now, the X Card isn't just a standalone product. It's actually part of Ellipal's ecosystem. We've got the Titan 2, which is their flagship air-gapped cold storage wallet, which means no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no cables, completely sealed off from the internet, as well as the seed phrase Steel, which protects your 12 to 24 words from fire, water, or physical damage. And when you combine all three of them, you've got one of the strongest setups in crypto. You store your keys offline with the X Card, then you use the Titan 2.0 for bigger balances and a touchscreen ease, and you can back everything up with that seed Steel, which is where of course you'll protect your 12 to 24 word seed phrase. If you ever lose the Titan or the X Card, you can always get a new one and obviously boot it back up with those seed phrases. That's redundancy, security, and peace of mind. So how does this actually work? Well, first you're going to pair it with the Ellipal app. You then build your transaction on the app, and then instead of hitting send like you would on a hot wallet, you actually tap the card to your phone. The card then signs the transaction securely offline, and then the app broadcasts it. And that's it. You've literally just signed a transaction without ever exposing your private keys to the internet. And here's the kicker: you can actually use this setup literally anywhere, at your desk, traveling through an airport, or grabbing a coffee. It's as quick as tapping your debit card, but infinitely safer for your crypto. Now let me step back for a second here, because I think it's really important to cover this. Do you know why most people don't use cold wallets? It's not because they don't believe in self-custody, it's because they think it's too complicated. I can't tell you how many people I've spoken with over the years who say, I know I should get my coins off exchanges, but setting up the hardware wallet feels scary. What if I lose my seed phrase? What if I mess up the account? What if I send the funds to the wrong wallet and they disappear forever? These are all the woes that we dealt with over the last several years in the cryptos market, essentially. And I totally get it. If you're brand new to the crypto world, being told, here are 24 words, don't ever lose them or your money's gone forever, sounds very intimidating, if I may say so myself. But that fear is why so much money gets left on exchanges. Even after events such as FTX, people still prefer the illusion of safety because the alternative feels way too technical and they are just unable to achieve it themselves. At least they think that. And this is truly where I think that Ellipal is doing something right. Instead of a bulky device with cables or a clunky desktop app, the X card just feels so familiar to everybody. It looks like a credit card. You tap it on your phone just as you would any other card in your wallet or your purse. And truly, that's why I like it. I think it lowers the barrier. You don't need to be a tech expert to basically secure your crypto. You just need to know your PIN, your seed phrase, and you're good to go. And honestly, if the industry ever wants to bring in mainstream adoption, wallets have to look and feel like this. They have to be accessible and simple, not all this intimidating, over-technical ways that they've seen and been in the past. Because the truth is, folks, is that self-custody is only as strong as the number of people who actually use it. If it's too technical, most won't even bother. If it feels natural, however, like the X card, I think people will finally have no excuse to actually self-custody their crypto for once. And look, here's the truth. Crypto's already intimidating enough for newcomers and people that have already been invested for many years already. Between learning how to navigate how exchanges work, figuring out trading, and just trying not to get scammed, the last thing anybody wants is another complicated gadget. And that's why I truly believe that products such as X card are stepping stones to mainstream adoption. Because if you can make self-custody as easy as tapping your debit card or Apple Pay, suddenly people stop saying, I'll just leave it on Coinbase, and I'll start saying, okay, and we'll start saying, okay, maybe I actually can do this myself. And in the bigger picture, that shift is what protects crypto long term. And the more people who actually hold their own keys, the harder it becomes for bad actors or even regulators to compromise this industry. Ellipal's whole design philosophy is that security should be everywhere, but not complicated. A lot of people avoid self-custody because they think it's too technical, but with this you don't need to be a coder. You just need to know your seed phrase, you set a PIN, and you use the card like you would a regular payment card. And unlike some black box solutions where you don't really know what's happening, Ellipal gives you full transparency. If you lose the card, no problem, just restore it with your seed phrase as we spoke about a few times already. And if you would like backups, order a second card and link it as well. It's about giving users real choices and resilience. So to wrap it up, the Ellipal X card is more than just another gadget. It's a tool that makes crypto ownership easier, safer, and more accessible for everyday users. So if you're serious about protecting your crypto, take a look at the X card and the full ecosystem on their official site, ellipal.com. I'll leave the links down in the description below. And be sure to let me know down in the comments. Do you think that this is the kind of hardware which is going to be the future of crypto security, or are you still trusting exchanges? I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, thank you so much for watching. My name is Paul Sampson. Stay safe out there. Stay smart. I'll catch you all in the next one. And until then, everybody, cheers.